I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. 3 institutions that are used to manipulate people. And if you don't have critical thinking faculty and the ability to alternatively think, you will just be a zombie and a tool in the hands of these 3 institutions. Number 1 institution, politics. Number 2 institution, religion. Number 3 institution, educational institutions. I am a medical doctor. This is 41 years I've been a doctor. If maybe you read Fine and Applied Art, the educational system has implanted in your heart that Dr. Apoki is more intelligent than you. That is manipulative. One work of art can sell for maybe $50 million. One surgical operation will not give me that. Maybe you studied music and communication, like maybe Burna Boy. I can't stand financially where Burna Boy is talking. I can't stand in terms of popularity where Burna Boy is talking. Burna Boy has been able to create wealth, popularity, influence through his talent and maybe his education. So when you do cut-off mark, you are just trying to manipulate people's brains and perception about values. When you say Christopher Columbus discovered America, people were living in America. When you say Mungo Park discovered River Niger, people were taking their bath there and fishing there before Mungo Park was born. When you see the Statue of Liberty, you will not realize that there were chains that were in the hands of the woman with the lamp, but they intentionally covered those chains at the bottom of the Statue of Liberty because they did not want it to reflect the imagery of freedom from slavery. So education manipulates your brain. Religion manipulates your brain. Politics manipulates your brain. That brings me to the core issue of this video. It is called PRS. And I want you to Google it after this lecture. PRS is problem, reaction, solution. Problem, reaction, solution. Google it. It's a course in the United States that you study. It's not studied in Nigeria. And so I don't know, please forgive me. Problems are created by the actions and inactions of leadership, political, religious, ethnic, educational, actions and inactions. When the problems are created, the people will now react. When the people react, governments and the creators of those problems will now profess solutions. And usually, there are the following that take place when solutions are provided. Usually, the solutions do not benefit the masses. they usually benefit the elite whose actions and inactions created the problems. And it might involve losing your liberty sometimes and being more expensive. I mean, life becomes more expensive for you. And Andrew Cuomo said this, the governor of New York, during COVID. He said that when things go bad, it is the poor that usually pay the highest price. And then when the solutions are provided, the rich are the major beneficiaries of the problems created. They don't pay any price. And the problem will create fear, will create division, will create rivalry, will create enmity between people in a society. If you take COVID, for example, COVID was a creation. People benefited, the poor suffered from the lockdown. The poor died. The rich benefited from the vaccines, from the face masks, from the personal protective equipment, PPEs. They benefited from a lot of things. The rich, the elite. That brings me to the problem of the unfortunate incidents in Uromi, where people were eliminated gruesomely without proper justice. Uromi, the Uromi incidents, is a creation of the northern elite, the northern governors and the northern elders forum. Suddenly, they just came out as if they are the messiahs of Arewa, of the northerners. They just came out as if they are defenders of the defenders of the Hausa. Who are you trying to deceive? Let's analyze it one by one. Those people said they came to hunt in River State. Hunt in River State. Let's assume that. You think if you provided good education, you provided employment, you provided a conducive environment for those people, will they be entering Dangote trailers as a means of transport to the north? Will they come to River State to hunt? They wouldn't be hunters if you provided good education for them. You provided industries for them. If you provided a peaceful environment for them. Years back, growing up and preparing for National Youth Service in 1984, our desire was to be posted to northern Nigeria. Northern Nigeria used to be the most peaceful part of the country. You could travel late at night through the north. No person touched you. You could carry bundles of Naira notes in the streets of Kano, Kaduna, Zaria, Sokoto. Nobody bothered you. It was you, the elite, that brought Sharia, that brought Fulani bandits to remove Goodluck Jonathan. It was you, the elite, that brought in Islamic radicalism. Oh, we remember when we used to share food with Muslims during Ramadan like this. We shared Yoruba land, Edo State, northern part of Edo State. Christians and Muslims lived together. It was you, the political elite, I won't mention that short man, that brought division, that brought radical Islam just to win political elections. And today, you made the North so insecure that your people prefer to come to the South. It is you, the elite in the North, that stole the money. Those of you who are shouting now, you stole the people's wealth. All indicators of poverty, underdevelopment are highest in the North. Teenage pregnancies, vesicovaginal fistula, meningitis, even Lassa fever, illiteracy level, per capita income, all indicators are lowest in the North. And you Northern elders should and must be held accountable. You have ruled this country, military and civilian, more than any other segment of this country. You Northern elders who are particularly Fulanis, who have governed and ruled in the Emirates and all that, you are the ones who have not brought development to your people. And so, go around Nigeria, they are the people who are cobblers, who are beggars, who are doing menial jobs because of your wickedness, your elite capture. Amajiris all over. And when COVID came, these wicked Northern elites started rounding the Almajiris up and sending them to their states of origin. And I was saying, where is this Arewa, Arewa, Arewa all the time? When you brought in these Fulani bandits into this country, when you caused Boko Haram. You caused Boko Haram. That man was arrested. You tolerated him over the years. In the name of religion, you tolerated him. And then when he was no longer useful, he was extrajudicially eliminated. That's when his followers came up with Boko Haram. And some of you in government, there are enough evidence on display that you were part of the sponsors of Boko Haram. Today, suddenly, you have come out, and many of you are the beneficiaries of the illegal mining. Adams Oshomole, you said that retired major generals are behind the illegal minings in the north for californium, for gold, for bauxite, and all that. A poor man cannot mine. And so, you created the problems. When banditry started and terrorism started predominantly against Christians, I spoke up that the northern elite are not speaking now. Until it will start affecting them, then they will speak. And so, Fulani headsmen have been defiling women, have been assaulting women, have been killing people in the north, in the southwest, in the southeast. None of you spoke up about compensating farmers who have lost lives, limbs, and livelihood. You didn't speak up. You are hypocrites. You are hypocrites. And then you said that, one of them said that any Fulani that something happens to is a debt that you owe, that you must pay. You encourage these people. You push them forward. But your children are overseas. Your children are in the House of Representatives. Your children are in NNPC. But the children of the poor are roaming with cattle owned by you. You are guilty of creating the problem. Now you are pretending to be providing solution. When did you northern elite suddenly love Hausa people? We've been living with the Hausas here. We have Hausa quarter. We had the Igala quarter. We had all kinds of quarters. Sebongeri in Ibadan, they've been living there. The Sarikin Hausa in Aba is my friend. His fathers, grandfathers, great-grandfathers lived there. We've not had problem. You created these problems. And the Uromi youths, whose mothers and fathers have been crying, were not wise enough to realize that there is problem, reaction, solution. It is not only the Northern Elders Forum and the Northern Governors Forum that are guilty of problem, reaction, solution. The Southern leadership are also guilty of problem, reaction, solution. I give you an example. I saw a very handsome Fulani boy speaking. He said that before they graze in any community, that they meet the traditional rulers and they pay them money. They pay the traditional rulers, they pay president generals, if it is in the South communities, they pay them to allow them graze. And so they said that they don't stay in a place for more than 6 months unless they have paid. And I did a video about Fulanis in northern part of Delta State who tendered agreements between them and the community leaders, the kings. And so the kings in the south, in the southeast, in the southwest, in the south, I saw an Oba recently on video saying he has paid ransom 3 times. You, the leaders in the south, you are hypocrites and part of the problem, reaction, solution. And then the security forces that are going around Uromi now, arresting innocent citizens. Some of them, you are just grabbing people. You are part of the problem. If the way you reacted to arrest innocent citizens, you had gone into the forest, into the farmlands to arrest these bandits, the people will not take laws into their hands. I said, if civil justice, normal justice is not available, jungle justice steps into the vacuum. The economic situation in this country is created by the elite. The bitterness between people was created by the elite. I saw somebody saying, if I wanted to arrest Peter Obi, I would have arrested him, the military base here. Who are you? You own the military? The Northern Governors Forum, the Northern Elders Forum, they are very hypocritical set of leaders that are responsible for the tragedy in Uromi. And that does not exclude the Senate, does not exclude the House of Representatives. I know senators who have cried out from the north. I know Otom in Benue State who cried out and he was voted out. They didn't want such a person in the Senate. And so what you are seeing in Uromi and what will subsequently follow, all those crying for war now, they will benefit from war. They will buy the ammunitions. Their wives will take the contract to sew uniforms to feed people. Their children will not go to war. It's only the idiots the children of the poor that will go to war. The problem with Nigeria is PROS, problem, reaction, solution. I remain Dr. Charles Apoki, the area grandfather. I have a webinar coming up on the 18th and 19th of April. Send a message to +234 80 21 21 92 62. And I have properties for sale. If you come here to post rubbish, go and check my reaction to people. I will whip you. If you're a young man, I will whip your father, whip your mother, because they are my age mates. We're not joking here. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to this channel. Share these videos. There is hope for Nigeria. I'm stating my position because I don't know if I will be around when the new Nigeria will emerge, but I stated my fact. God bless you.